Paiens are celebrating 20 plus years of making fantastic music, not only in the Metro Moncton area, but regionally, nationally, and of course they have a global scope that we're going to talk to them about as well. Joining us is Marc Chops Arsenault and Jean Surette.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good to have you here.
Hey, we're happy to be here.
Yeah, so it's been a real wild ride for 20 plus years from the beginning to today. What do you guys do to keep yourselves motivated somehow? Because it always seems that when we see you perform, you're able to bring out the best of each other on stage musically. How does that translate?
Well, I think it's the basis of our philosophy from the start is improv. It's keeping things fresh. We get involved in a lot of kind of different projects too, which also help kind of nourish us. We have different loves of different types of music that we all bring to the band, and plus we all kind of dabble in other projects that we also bring to the band. But like the basis core of the philosophy is to be creative, right? So and we always strive for that.
One thing that's kept us fresh too is that we've always brought in new musicians that bring in new ideas, but also new sounds and new ways of doing music. Sébastien has been with us more than 10 years now, 12 years or so. 13, yeah. And he brought in horns and a melodic aspect that we wouldn't have done before. And lately, Jonah, he's been with us almost a bit more than three years now, brought in the electronic and the looping and all that. So it's kind of, we force ourselves into change.
Yeah, and we also have we're all curious, very curious guys, and we're really curious about different styles and different music, and we're always kind of like, when we're on the road, Sebastian's a guy that always brings a lot of new music. Jonah's so we listen to new stuff in the band, and
and the improv element of this group, of course, allows you guys to go in all kinds of different directions.
Yeah, like we're doing tonight at the Fry Jam, where we're improvising everything. We're working with the writers and the poets, and they'll give us ideas and soundtracking, and that's something that we don't do anymore, but we used to do a lot of, doing soundtracking for documentaries and films. And
we'd like to do more soundtracking.
Yes. But yeah, creating those soundscapes and being forced into doing a certain thing, it's like, that's cool.
It's a goal of every musician to have their music played by, or at least heard by as many people as possible. And lately you've taken your sound all the way to Switzerland. It was well documented and get a lot of press out of that. How was that experience? You were there for how long?
For 10 days. We had seven performances. One was on the radio. And on national radio, kind of a CBC type
very
thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah,
cool.
And so it went really well. It's actually the third time we've been to Switzerland, but the other two times we hadn't toured. We just went to Geneva, played a gig, and left. So we played at the same venue as we've played at in Geneva this time around, but we were able to actually expand it into a tour, which was really fun because we hadn't seen the rest of Switzerland yet. So it was, like you say, opening up an audience, and we're already planning on going back in 2016. In the summer of 2016. Try to go back in the summer instead of January.
Yeah, and we had a new record, which it's been a while since we put one out, so it's kind of allowed us to just tour a bit more, and it was really awesome to go to Switzerland, like 10 days there. So we spent a few days in the Alps in a cottage, writing songs, and we'd leave for gigs, come back, and we had a good time. We had a kitchen, we made food, and it was a really great bonding experience for the band too. We all, everybody gets along, and we all, we have fun playing music together. I think that's the number one.
That is so evident, and that's
the number one reason, for us being still together.
As someone in the audience watching you guys, part of the joy is watching the interaction with the group, because it has to be there, I suppose. First of all, because it is an improv atmosphere, but just to see how you guys play off of each other, and the smiles are always evident. It's just a joy to watch.
Yeah.
So what can you guys tell us about any future projects before we let you go?
Well, we have we're always working on the next release, right? It's going to be our ninth release if you count the cassettes in the 90s.
Cassettes?
But, yeah, we're happy.
We're
happy that we were able to do the last one on vinyl. It was like a dream. But the next project is going to be different than what we've done before. We're not going to give any details, but we're working on our next release, but it will be released in a different way.
Okay.
And we have a lot of really nice projects coming along. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll keep everyone informed.
Yeah, follow us on social media and you'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, I mean, there's always
MySpace.
Oh God.
Well, there's authors in waiting to work with you guys. So once again, have fun at Pride Jam, and thanks a lot for your time today with BuzzMoncton.com.
Thanks very much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Buzz Moncton.
Buzz Moncton.
So for Chops and for Jean, I'm Terry. Thanks a lot for joining us on BuzzMoncton.com. Be sure to check our events page to find out what's going on in your city.